Hi guys. So I'm still quite new to this YouTube channel, and getting in front of the camera isn't something I'm massively comfortable with. But I've decided that the end of this year, it's currently November, I'm going to start and I'm going to build this little YouTube channel. I am going to get more confident with talking in front of the camera. So I've put together a few videos where I've shown some packing. And just kind of how I make some things. I've got some more in the works, but I'm just facing some technical difficulties I'm trying to overcome. Where basically I've recorded and I put it all together, but it's not letting me download it. So as soon as I've figured out what the problem is with that, then I'll begin uploading those videos. So I thought I'd just do a really simple one where I told you a little bit about me, because that's something I can just talk on. So my name is Laura. I'm the founder of The Printed Tiger. I live in London in the UK, and I've had my shop for a couple of years now. It's not my first Etsy businesses. I've actually had three. So my first one, I put together when I was on maternity leave with my little boy. I've always loved sewing, and my career is related to it as well. This isn't my full-time job. So I started making little baby clothes and created a small brand called Humble Baby, where I make organic baby wear. So it's mostly leggings, but some little gifting items. During lockdown, it was really popular because I managed to create a product which you could give to a newborn, and it would go through a letterbox. So nice remote gifting. I then created a digital download print on demand company called Humble Nursery. There's a theme. And I created artwork that you could download and you could put up onto your wall. Now that died a sudden death. It was doing all right. I mean, I think I sold 100 things. I don't think my heart was massively in it, so it wasn't something I was promoting. But I basically I got a new phone and I hadn't put the Etsy app on my phone, and somebody had ordered something and she didn't know how to download it. Now I did put the steps, so I put it as one of each of the pictures. I put it in the descriptions and I put links, but she wasn't sure how to deal with it. Anyway, so she reached out to me. She didn't hear back in, I think it was 24 hours, and I am normally quite responsive. I just genuinely didn't see the message. And unfortunately, she left me a one-star review. And then after that, my visibility just tanked. I did try to reach out to her, but she never replied to me. And on Etsy, with digital downloads, you can actually see if the person's downloaded it, and she had downloaded the files. So it was a shame that she felt that she needed to give me a one-star review, but hey ho. So I left the shop open for another couple of weeks, and then I just realised my heart wasn't in it, closed that down. But this one I opened a couple of years ago, and originally, very much at the beginning, it was going to be to sell SDGs, because I bought this cricket that I loved, and I love putting things together. And I thought, well, rather than just designing them for myself and using them, I could put them on Etsy and sell them. I think it was a month into that, I realised that my heart really wasn't in that at all, and I much more enjoyed print then cut, which means that you print out onto a piece of sticker paper and the Cricut cuts out for you. So I rebranded. I kept the same shop. I just renamed it because I'd already got a few sales, so there was a little bit of traction there that I wanted to go off. But there wasn't exactly a following, so I didn't think that it would be a problem for it to be redone. So I called it The Printed Tiger, which I can't quite remember. I think it was a combination of things that was around me at the time. As I say, I've got a little boy, so like I think he's got a little tiger toy somewhere. And then I was thinking, well, I'm going to be printing things out, so it kind of went together. So I launched that, and I wasn't really sure what direction I was going to go in. I didn't know who my customer was. I didn't know what my niche was. So I started just basically trying everything. I think I had some science stickers, some flowers, some gardening. There was just so many different things. There was then one day, because I was posting on Instagram, one customer had reached out to me. She bought my little bee stickers, and she'd said to me, "Do you do ducks, or would you do ducks?" And I thought, well, I don't, but I'll give it a try. So I drew a set of 5 ducks that then I replicated, and you get a sticker sheet of 5, and it did really well. And from then, kind of like with a little bit of kind of petering away, not a huge amount of sales, then it just really started to grow. I was still trying odd little industries, but I wasn't getting much traction with them. So then, now I've got a cat and I've always loved animals. I started trying out just focusing on animal stickers, and I do have some other bits as gifts, but I'd say the majority of the shop is animals. So I tried guinea pigs and I tried corgis, and they just have done so well. And I find with animals, because I draw everything on my iPad, I don't use Photoshop, I use Procreate, and then I cut it out on my sticker. And I found I'm really enjoying it. And whenever I try and draw something else or get into something else, it doesn't really kind of go quite as well as the animal stickers. So, I've got a few different things now. I've got a few different animals, and I'll start putting them on the screen. But for example, I've got horses as well. So horses, guinea pigs, dogs, cats. I've got a little range of products. I've got key rings. I've got stickers. I've got sticker sheets. So I've got quite a nice little mix going. I did introduce some postcards, some thank you cards, and I am trying to think of products that I want to move into next year. So I started really quite wide, and now I've narrowed it into this, a little bit more niche. I don't just sell one animal. I do want to offer a few different things. But I think what I need to do now is to just really simplify it. So, for example, corgis and guinea pigs, I've got this cute little illustration, and then I put that into a few different products, so that if you buy one thing, you can buy the others, and it kind of goes together as a nice little gifting, and it's a bit more cohesive than just putting together a load of random product that doesn't really live together. The other thing I tried doing, and I'm not sure about this, I'd be interested to know what you think in the comments, but I have been grouping together by animal, not quite by breed, I don't have enough of that. But if you go into the shop and have a look, you'll see that it's down the side, instead of it being like badges and stickers and so on, you can select dog, and then you can go in that and look at all of the things that I've got for dogs. So I thought that was quite an interesting way of doing it, and I'm thinking about like how easy is it to shop. If I went into a shop like this and wanted to look at everything that was cats, I'd wanted to just click on that, look at the cats, and pick out the things that I want. So I think that's working quite well. So earlier this year, I bought the domain name, theprintedtiger.com.co.uk, and a few others. I created an email account. You can reach me at laura@theprintedtiger.com. And then I took it to the next level. I opened a little Shopify. I've had one order for £9.22 that I'm very proud of, but every bit of my marketing points you at that website. Now, I do love, for example, here, this little link, that's theprintedtiger.com. Now, I love Etsy, and I don't want to lose Etsy. I do think it's a fantastic business, but when I look at my costing, so to bring a product to market, I like to make 60 to 70% profit on it. And then the 30% I want to come out of the cost of supplies and materials. So, that would be like the sticker paper, or any components that would go together. So I know that sounds a lot, but actually by the time I come to sell it, that 60% decreases quite significantly, because the cost of running on Etsy, so the cost of listing, the cost of all of the fees and the taxes, mean that my actual net income versus my gross income. So the gross is if you physically spend £5 or $5 in the shop, I actually only get £2.50 of that. So it's decimated quite significantly. So although on my website, I'm not earning anything at the moment, so I'm having to subsidize that. When that starts doing a bit better, I will make more profit on it. So the time that I spend drawing, the time that I spend, making the products and putting them to market, I will get a bit more for it. Now, I don't want to put the cost of my products up. I think that they're at a fair price. I don't think you should pay too much more for them. But at the same time, I would like to be getting a bit more income back for them than what I'm currently getting. So I'm going to put a couple of links further down so that you can find me. Find me on Etsy, which, as expensive it is, What it does is it brings people to the shop that otherwise wouldn't have known it. A link to my standalone website, a link to my Instagram. I occasionally post on TikTok, so you can find me on there. And I'm kind of vaguely on Facebook and Pinterest, but I'm only one person, so there's only so much that I can do in my spare time. What I'm doing now, I've just created a Notion account. I'm trying to think ahead to next year. 2022 for me was really my first full year as, with a following, with some sales, with some movement. So I'm really trying to think about 2023, what to arrange. So I have a full-time job. I have a child. I don't have a huge amount of time. I'm recording this today. I've actually taken a day off my job to try and catch up and move on this little business just a little bit. But my time is really, really tight. So where I'm putting it into the small business, I want to make sure that I'm getting maximum effort out of it. So whilst I'll do drawing in the evenings, and I get a little bit of time after my boy goes to bed, I don't have a huge amount of free time. So it's important to me that it's spent well. So thank you for listening. That was about 11 minutes of me talking and getting myself out of my comfort zone. I hope you like the channel. If you get a chance to subscribe, it would help me to build it, but no pressure. But I'll be back on again soon to give you a shop update and a business update. But that's who I am. So I am Laura. I'm the founder of The Printed Tiger, and I'm very pleased to meet you.